Good morning. Yes, that's right. We're expecting that the Prime Minister is going to announce that she will bring back her withdrawal agreement for a meaningful vote, we think, on Monday or Tuesday night, Tuesday being the more likely one. And what is extraordinary about this is, of course, it was meant to be voted on back in December. The Prime Minister delayed that vote. She then held it back in January. It was defeated by some 230. We had it once again back in the House of Commons earlier this week when it was defeated by 149. So the Prime Minister is going for either third time lucky or three strikes and you're out. What is really interesting is that there will have been no changes between Tuesday and the vote next week. The only thing that has changed is the one luxury you can't buy any more of, and that is time. Theresa May is hoping that she will be able to put pressure on her Brexiteer MPs to back her in order to get this done so she can go to the EU Council meeting next Thursday and get the extension she needs, because she still needs to convince the EU, after winning that extension in the House of Commons last night, that they need to approve it because her Brexit strategy is working.
And meanwhile, Vinny, we saw Donald Tusk, the head of the European Council, put out a statement yesterday saying that he wouldn't like to see a short extension, but rather a long one. So would the threat of delaying Brexit for such a long period put people so much off that they might actually get behind her deal next week?
That will be part of the Prime Minister's tactics over the weekend with the ERG. Now, some of them earlier in the week did turn and support the Prime Minister's agreement, the likes of David Davis, the former Brexit Secretary, who resigned over this deal and has then been heavily criticising it. Nadine Dorries, another very vocal one. But there is still a hardcore there that don't want any form of deal, that want to crash out of the EU onto WTO rules. And then she's got to bring the DUP, the Northern Irish Party, back on board. Now, the only change in all these calculations is, since the first vote took place, she obviously lost 3 of her MPs to the independent group. But she also now has a hardcore of Remain MPs. Some 16 of them voted against the government last night. They include former government ministers like Justine Greening and Sam Gyimah, who voted for the Hilary Benn amendment, which would have seen indicative votes on what to do next on Brexit. Those people are not someone that that group is not someone Theresa May can count on next week. So she's going to have to bring more support in from the Labour Party. But to show you how diminished her capacity is at the moment, she's lost control of the whipping. She's lost control of her government because she had some Remain cabinet ministers on Wednesday night, turn against her, the likes of Amber Rudd and David Gauke, by abstaining. That is normally a resignation matter for a cabinet minister. Last night, though, she had a total of 8 cabinet ministers also break collective responsibility, the likes of Liam Fox and Steve Barclay, the Brexit Secretary, incredibly, having finished up the debate, urging people to vote for a delay in the national interest, but then not voting for it himself. So Theresa May really needs to do some pretty heavy lifting over the weekend to try and get all sides of her party on board, because it's not clear that she'll get her withdrawal agreement through this time.